Hello and welcome to Steel Roots Market. I am Carrie and I am going to share a very quick little DIY with featuring Decoupage Queen A4 Pink Winter 4-pack that I have in my shop. I'm going to be using Pentart Decoupage Glue in matte and this quick little surface that I just have here. And I had originally started off with another project in mind. So it was painted a base coat of brown chalk paint. And then I had applied a crackle medium over it. So now I'm coming in with some white chalk paint to lighten that up, and just a quick reminder that crackle will come through, and which I'm okay with for what I'm going to be working with. Dry it really well, and you may also want to come in with 2 coats for this type of paper. I'm just showing you real quick here the beautiful images on this paper. They are available in A4 in a single design or this fun 4-pack for designs to a sheet, and those are available in my shop. Now I come in with a small tipped paintbrush with some water to go ahead and remove this image. I decide on the pink Christmas tree, and to remove this I simply wet the edges and then give it a light-handed tear to give it a nice edge, feathered edge, so when you go to decoupage it helps blend right into your paints. And I go ahead and do this around all 4 sides for this image. Again, I use Pentart Decoupage Glue in the matte, and go ahead and apply the decoupage medium right onto that surface, and then I will position that rice paper right onto there. And a beautiful feature, if you've used the Decoupage Queen rice papers, it is fantastic for positioning because it's not super thin or going to tear really easily. You're able to have a little playtime with this particular paper line. I love it. I let that dry for a moment, and then I come in with a clean brush because my other one I realized was dirty, which was fine for the bottom layer of the decoupage medium, but I come in with a clean brush to go over the top of my image with the matte decoupage glue from Pentart. After I did this, I realized I should have used my glitter Pentart decoupage glue. That is my favorite to use, especially during the holidays for shimmer and glitter. That is a lovely decoupage medium. Once this is dry, I do like to let mine dry really well. I come in and do a quick sand around to remove the edges, excess paper off my surface. Next, I'm coming in with Miss Lillian's metallic paint, and this is the color Adelaide. It is a beautiful soft pink, you can see there, and I thought it would match really well. I do love it. It is a metallic, so it's really hard to see in the pictures of the finished piece. I do have some of this in the full size containers coming in probably, let's see, today is Thursday, probably the beginning of next week, midweek, I will be having some. So this is available, this shade is available for pre-order in my shop. I'm going to come in with a sea sponge to stipple it on all around the edges and to feather it over my the edges of the rice paper to kind of give it a blended look. I like the stippling with the sea sponge because it gives it texture. And I just was so excited to use this image, and I didn't have, you know, a shape that I overly loved, but I had found this little round. So I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and use it. And it's fun to stipple and add some color and shading. And when I do this, I go right around the edge, trying not to cover any of the beautiful images on there, but I just kind of tap it around. You can let this dry and then come back in with another layer. That's really fun. And remember, we did have some crackle underneath there, and so I do come in eventually and sand some of that away. So you just kind of go in and play with it till you get the desired look. If you wanted it a little bit darker, definitely go in, because this is a very shiny metallic paint. It is beautiful. So once you get satisfied with your paint, allow it to dry really well. And then I just am sharing how shimmery this is. It's hard to see, but it's absolutely beautiful. And unfortunately, my clip of distressing did not record properly, but all I did was come in with a tiny little pad from the finger sander and just lightly touch on some of those areas and just let the little brown background shade come in. And then I decided it would be fun to use the Pentart Snow Crystal pen and the Pentart Snow pen. Now you can use from the larger bottles. If you have the larger ones, just use a little paintbrush, or my favorite is taking like a little toothpick or a little tool, even the back of a handle of a pointed paintbrush or something, just to add little pops of glimmer onto some of these images. It looks really pretty on the berries frosted. And then I also tried to apply it really lightly over the wording, and it just gives just a little shimmer. And there I'm showing the full size bottles. If you have those, just use those. If not, you can use the pens, and I believe I have these in stock in my shop. If there's ever something that you're not able to find, simply leave me a message. You can go to my website and leave a message there. I try my best to check it in between work, but you can send me a reply on my emails, or go to one of the social medias and message me, and I will try and get in stock what you're looking for, or I may have it and it's not on the website. There's, all those things. But just to recap, I go in really lightly, and I just love taking my finger and feathering that, softening the peaks and having it kind of blend. And as I was doing this, I was thinking how it's almost replicating a snow globe type effect, which we did a lot of projects last year with that, with some of these amazing Pentart products. It just is fun. And then the other thing that I absolutely love to do, you just saw, when I put a little dollop of the snow paste, I love to incorporate the crystal with it. It just gives it such an icicle, sparkly level. And then I know it's off camera a little bit there, but I just kind of keep going, hitting and missing and feathering it up into my design until I'm happy, which I will show you some pictures at the end. So here I'm just trying to share the sparkle, the metallic paint of that Miss Lillian's paint. And then I found this ribbon, and then, of course, this is late at night. I thought that it would really make it pop and add a hanger with this, I was thinking. But to get pictures in the morning, I left the hanger off. It's something I can always add on. I also thought how darling it would be if you put a little simple bead clay border around that and turn that into a little bit of a more chunky hanger. But it is cute. These images are darling, especially if you love pink. Christmas. Kitschy Pink Christmas. This is so cute. I hope you enjoy this. You can shop and visit at stewrootsmarket.com, where I have a variety of creative supplies for DIYs and upcycling, and I offer surfaces and curated kits. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you helping my channel grow.